Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on the north side as the orders are Greyfield, we got GreyfieldGuy. So on the south side as the yellow Waylon, we got LotLaPecera, by which that name well enough. Greyfield's slightly buff from the cartridge counterpart, actually a little bit more than slightly honestly. He has a reduced boarding cost of 30% rather than 50%, standard radius 30, 60, 60. All units get +10/+10 naturally. All naval units, seaplanes, and battlecopters get +10% offense, +40% defense. With these two benefits, he's almost as good as Waylon when it comes to battlecopters. Speaking of which, a quick counterpart, see +20% offense, +40% defense for all air units, so their battlecopters are nearly identical. Honestly, Greyfield is a battlecopter commander. And when it comes to his superpower, of course, provides +10/+10 global. All units get the ammo, fuel, and material replenished. Navy units, seaplanes, and battlecopters, of course, get a +10% offense, 20% defense. And the big buff that Greyfield gets is temporary airports and temporary seaports can now deploy unweighted units, including seaplanes. So you get nice and ambush spawns there. So he's supposed to go for a relatively early rig down or forward airport. Not a bad idea for Waylon to do the same thing as well. Waylon, of course, has been buffed from the cartridge counterpart as well. 30% boarding cost to 30, 60, 60. Provides all units +10/+10, +20, +40 for all air units. And for a superpower, it does provide all that globally, but also additional 300% defense to basically be simply reduce damage received for his air units by 75%. So let's get started. This is a 3-base map, 1 airport. Double infantry in there. Of course, both players can seal their gunboats until the HQ, not like they should though. Looks like Waylon's going straight for the column tower in the center-ish. It's a column tower that's easy to secure, can be captured sometimes, but it's probably not. If you get your opponent's column tower, you're probably already won the game since it's just next to the HQ itself. Ironically, the word Persia is fish tank in Spanish. Can't say it's, that's a at home there. Possibly. When you say fish tank, do you mean like the aquarium fish tank, or like the word separated fish in tank as an armored vehicle? Two different things. Big ground infantry there by Waylon, keeping 2,000 funds in the bank. There's some properties there. Or fish bowl, got it. The aquarium type. Double bike and flare by Waylon. Greyfield has 12,000 banks, so he's probably go for a tank this turn, or maybe something else. Could go for a battlecopter. Would be a, what, 2 infantry after that? Yep, battlecopter and 2 infantry. Does do a base skip. Commit base skip. Infantry, and tank. Waylon's or Greyfield's probably going to seal his battlecopter there. Does spot the infantry unit there. If you would have took another path to that tile there, like say move it right there and then move on the tile, you could have got a shot there in the infantry unit there. Greyfield's ore is larger than Waylon, so it's easier for him to get his power charge going. He does go for a rig on the field, so he's going to be eyeing for some ambush spawn aircraft. Seaplanes are excellent multi-purpose aircraft. Battlecopters, of course, are much cheaper, so seaplanes cost 15,000. Nice, easy 7 energy there. And wait a second, Waylon just went for a missile. Missile knows where it's at, for knows where it's not. But I was not expecting a missile, honestly. Battlecopter, tank, bike, and nothing. Good shot there. Hammersville and Days of Ruin, missiles got +1 maximum range, making it a little bit even more effective. It always feels like they reach pretty far now. And it looks like he's going to be deploying the forward HQ right there. Right onto this empty tile there. A couple nice little picks there. Could have perhaps got that bit of energy before falling back. 19 energy. Got medium tank, artillery, and infantry. Missile may want to eye to get on top of the city there to start advancing through concealment. Missiles just basically have to stick to concealment, or else they're pretty much not useful. Medium tank straight forward. Waylon does load himself up to a medium tank, which is a little bit unusual. He has no aircraft in the field just yet. He also has 20,000 funds left in the bank. And he sealed his unit this turn. How much money did he save up, actually? Let's go for another missile, T-copter, and double infantry there with sealing and medium tank. So he's spent a lot of money last turn. I suppose he has 25,000 income versus 21,000, so he has actually a fair amount of income. The transport airport, T airport does go built, the temporary airport, but we can try advancing to this bit of forest there. Nope, I always forget how slow they move. The short answer is very. Well, temporary airports do provide air concealment, so battlecopters, among other aircraft, can hide on temporary airports. Medium tank is a good strike there. It looks like Greyfield's keeping his battlecopters in a bit reserve. Tank, infantry, bike, and battlecopter. Good shot there. Takes out the bike there. Battlecopter, medium tank. And mech. And battlecopter, so Waylon finally goes for his first aircraft. Couple good strikes there. Some of these battlecopters may be range with a missile. Looks like that 9 health one will be shot down, though he does have some extra defense to work with. Don't know if that'll save him. It may save him, but barely. Couple good picks over on the right side as well. 115,000 versus 109. The Waylon right now does have more income, 4,000 additional income. And has retained another city over here. Waylon right now has 32 energy, medium tank, anti-air, and mech. Missile does get a good shot there. Here's off the infantry unit there. Mech. Anti-air. And tank. And duster. Should have moved that that west missile to the city. Oh, it's on the city, and it was in range. So, it got a good shot in there. Oh, Waylon goes for his superpower and managed to pull out a forward seaplane. Good strike there on the flare. Ambush spawn, but the missile's range. Missile know where it's at, because nowhere it isn't. So he just plopped 12,000 funds to be shot down immediately. The thing is about this, the missile is in range of the battlecopter as well. Though of course he will have to fight against the superpower, so he has a lot of extra defense. Waylon's missiles are actually on point so far. Hits the seaplane, of course it did resist because of the extra defense. Right now, this flank over here is starting to disintegrate. There is an anti-air he has to be careful of, so if he heals the anti-air, then Duster can start strafing some infantry units. Tank. And medium tank mech. He should have gotten medium tank over here to help stabilize that region, but regular tank should be fine enough. Battlecopter would have been good as well. Waylon's at 54 energy at the moment. He could get his superpower deployed out this turn, but the problem is it'll be basically +10/+10 global, and Duster being bulletproof or bullet resistant. Oops, yeah, did I say Waylon Greyfield? Yeah, right now I did not get much sleep last night, so I'm a little bit out of it. Tank push way forward, missile advancing. Some good picks on the corners. Interrupts his capture, left 5% health, so Meg rolled a little bit less lucky. Rocket advances the city, it provides some good coverage. 54 NG. Won't get enough CO power this turn, just gonna keep that tank there. Battlecopter, tank, and mech. And strength 160 versus 130, 44. Lots of kills in the center. Command copter gets a good strike there. The seaplane is transferred forward. The Greyfield's copter is in range of the missile, as well as a Duster, so he could pop the superpower to provide some extra coverage there, as well as give him some extra firepower and defense. Let's see what he does. Missile strike, so no superpower this turn. Good kills there. Tank does go down there. It's a good hit. Flare falls back, has 0 ammo and 2 health. You know, having him go for a missile here was useful to help deal with the seaplane. However, there's actually no airport on this side, so you probably should never have gone for a missile on this flank to begin with. Oh well. Anti-air is a likely range Duster this turn. Pulls back the seaplane, very nice. Battlecopter, artillery, mech, and bike. Waylon has a superpower course, has another Dust on the field. Or should get more battlecopters. Artillery does get struck there, tanks pushing the way forward. Gets trapped there. It's that our anti-air there, but of course there's another anti-air in range. Battlecopter, tank, mech, and infantry. Good shots there. Does take out Waylon's command medium tank, so no superpower for him. Looks like the seaplane will be shot down next turn. Now that side has their CO unit on the field. Couldn't go and seal that battlecopter up there now. Got also another temporary airport deployed out by this one here. At least now he has some, when he gets the superpower, he can get some proxy production going. As much as nice our seaplanes are, ambush spawn battlecopters maybe just generally a little bit better. Okay, so that's seaplane there. Good shots there. Battlecopter, medium tank, infantry, and tank. Rocket gets onto the temporary airport as well as a mech, provides some hiding there. Right now, Greyfield's going to fall behind, has 124 versus 162. But granted, Waylon does have multiple missiles in the field, which does consume some funds there. Though Greyfield keeps on entering the range of the missiles. And this is still Waylon's property, so it's still providing vision for him, so the missile will get another good shot there. This missile, even though it has no kills, it definitely got a good amount of damage done. It's definitely paid for itself. As well as this one here. Does get some good shots there. Now do have a rig there, another rig. Mech. And tank. Does get a good shot that interrupts the capture. Waylon shows 27,000 income versus 23. So Waylon's maintaining that good income lead. Duster Mech gets some pitiful damage on this tank there. With the 3 defense stars and his full efficiency, still has 49% plus 49% defense. Good strikes over here. Hits the rocket as well. Very nice, thanks to this flare, who's now at 0 ammo. Tank, battlecopter, mech, and tank. Merge there. The missile was still right there. Could push forward to this forest there. I think it'd be good. Maybe being a little bit too defensive, but in that current position, it's been doing very well for itself. Greyfield goes for his own missile on the not aircraft side. And now Waylon's been only really playing on mostly dusters, has done some battle cover which he just struck, so I don't think Greyfield going for a missile is a good idea. Does get trapped there, so he's going to lose that battlecopter. Does have another mechs right here. And if some mechs can't strike gunboats, you know, I don't know. I might not have one of those weird thoughts in my mind, like, can mechs strike ships whatsoever? Don't think so, but I don't know why I'm starting to second guess myself. Either way, the mechs are getting struck there. Greyfield has a superpower available, just moves his battlecopter. You may want to keep these airports freed up. Push down some mechs down south, though there is a rocket in range. Mech. Hey, save some funds there, 7,000 funds. He may be eyeing for 2 seaplanes, trying to keep 10,000 or 30,000 funds, but with the day-to-day repairs, he will not get it. You can at least go for multiple battlecopters. I do think battlecopters are still a better option than seaplanes, because they effectively do the same job for much cheaper. As much like seaplanes, you rarely need to have stuff shoot down other aircraft. And battlecopters really shoot down other battlecopters. They just can't shoot down dusters, which is what has gone for some. Great shots there. No superpower, so maybe not eyeing it. He has 21,000. Maybe he saw how much day-to-day repairs he had. Skip out, just go for triple infantry. Oh, I was going to say triple infantry, but he goes for a triple skip. He's going to go for a big ambush spawn. If Waylon pushes too far forward this turn, that would be devastating. He should at least see the blinking infantry. No enemy infantry units can touch the opposing enemy gunboat, though logically, enemy mechs would really have 2-hit kill with its bazooka blasts. Yeah. Though, to be fair, a lot of things can... Gunboats also wouldn't have necessarily torpedo tubes, they'll have guns. That'd be more of a destroyer. Or patrol boats, monitors. Either way, gunboats don't have guns. You now have a missile there, so this is not eyeing for another superpower. If Waylon, he could ambush Waylon. If he had Waylon charge forward, he simply pop a superpower and just spawn out a quick summon air force. He has 2 temporary airports on the side. I don't think the rig over here did deploy a temporary airport right there. And he's pushing pretty far forward. So he may pop a superpower this turn. He has 152 versus 160, 188. Does get some damage there. No superpower this turn. He does put the helicopter on top of the city. Remember, that does not hide units. Air units can only be hidden on temporary airports and full airports. And maybe some tiles here and there. Deletes gunboat. Does camp out some more monies. He's trying to have Waylon charge forward to ambush him. I understand the plan. And let's just say it's going to be a fun plan if it works out. And since Waylon has really high defense, at least for his battlecraft and seaplanes, they will be able to potentially get a partial double turn. Not much retaliation on them. Leaving his rocket there onto the temporary airport means he will not be able to fire and build there. He has to move or fire. Once again, he skips out, triple infantry there. Medium tank goes down, interrupts the capture, hits that artillery there as well. So this is maybe time where he pops superpower. Though I think I've said that multiple times now. Spots those units there. It's the rocket there, so it's best to move out of the way either way. Let's see, what air coverage does Waylon have right now? He has 2 missiles, an anti-air right here, and another missile here. So got a decent number of missiles, but that's about it. That's about it. So probably gonna see, there's the superpower. Flare does not fire flare, artillery, and everything needs work done. Engaging this stuff at least provides a little bit extra spawning there. Ambush spawn battlecopter. Yes, 55,000 remaining. Ambush spawn battlecopter strikes the tank there. Ambush spawn seaplanes takes out the medium tank. Ambush spawn battlecopter strikes there. Ambush spawn battlecopter there. Does not have enough for another seaplane. If he merges units together and has leftovers, then he can, but Listed does not. Battlecopter, ambush spawn battlecopter, in range the anti-tank, and going for a temporary seaport there. Why not? And infantry and mech or bike. Does take out the rig there. Missile does strike the battle copter rather than the seaplane. It's probably better to hit the seaplane because it's more valuable. Greyfield's turn. Right now, with an insert of 175 versus 147. Clears out the sacks the gun battle copter there. Gets out a flare there. Missile advancing. Now that anti-air can be struck by a mech, hits that anti-air there. Anti-air takes out a mech. Artillery in range the anti-tank. Tank, and base skip. Couple picks there because Waylon has a good number of missiles in the back line. Good hit there on the anti-air. It doesn't look like he's going to be polluting seaports on anymore. Oh, got a war tank, medium tank, and mech by Waylon. Blair does get a good shot there. Artillery nails the anti-tank. Gets finished off there. Does pull back the battle copter, command copter. Picks off some outlying units there. Another temporary report there. This time a bit more forward, so he has a good coverage of temporary reports for his superpower. He's at 16 energy right now, and through radius is quite easy to generate charge. Tank, flare, and recon, or rig. Flare, medium tank, and mech. Right now 179 versus 138, so Greyfield is behind. Waylon's missile coverage has been quite excellent. I think that's what's really helping out Waylon. Takes out that one unit this time for Greyfield. So both his missiles are Veteran C1. And Greyfield's already at 40 energy. Goes for tank, infantry, and mech. Okay, so the capturing infantry there. Right now, 26 versus 24,000 income. And battlecopter, recon, mech, and recon. More units, less value. Let's see. Yep, that is the case. Though to be fair, the battlecopter, for example, never mind. I think the battlecopter from the CO power was a good call because of more units, less power. But overall, he does have a good number of anti-airs still on the field. Waylon has just a large number of medium tanks and mechs, primarily. And not to mention a good coverage of the missiles still. 3 missiles on the field, locking down the entire map, at least the southern part. Greyfield's at 56 energy. If he moves the unit too far forward, then Greyfield could get a superpower. And in fact, if a unit gets spotted for the rocket, he should have enough for a superpower if he so chooses. He may go for another greedy play and just save up some more monies again. There's the superpower available to him. Just keep the battlecopter in reserve, the command copter. It does pop it immediately, so ambush spawn battlecopter. Strikes the war tank, so he's going to try to take out that war tank right now. Goes for ambush spawn seaplane. And just goes west with it. Picks off some mechs there. Does spot the anti-tank, who's also maxed out vet. Misses that medium tank. And serve 190 versus Waylon's 175. Waylon still has ever so slight advantage at the moment. And of course got more of these rigs to play out more of the temporary airports. Tank, medium tank, mech. Strikes the anti-tank twice, and now thrice. And quartice, and quintice. Does get some good shots there with the Spoiler CO zone. Get a nice easy 6 energy. Seaplane goes to the temporary airport. Triple artillery. The Recon's now in range of the artillery piece, which max out veterancy. And of course, got another temporary airport here. Waylon's rig is getting pretty low in fuel. Has not deployed a temporary airport just yet. Another medium tank. And tank there. There's another temporary airport and temporary seaport. Did not get the energy from that shot there. Oh well, didn't have vision of that recon. Couple quick picks there. Bike. Looks he's saving up some money. So he did, but he has only 6 energy, so I'm not sure why he saved up much money. The command copter could come over here to get a lot of power charge. Waylon's charged his way forward on the left flank. Greyfield's taking some hits here. A lot of medium tanks. Waylon's been going for a very large number of medium tanks this entire game, that's for sure. Missile has advanced. Out of vision range though, so I didn't see it advance to that city. Okay, so some of those units there. Probably could have brought the battlecopter over first. Get some power charge. Yep, missed out some with the missile there. Does strike the missile, as will hit the missile. Will be at 7 health. It looks like Waylon's just going to be a bit sparse in defense here. Has a nice artillery line everywhere while hiding. Does take out that unit there. Infantry, tank, mech, and battlecopter. Seaplane gets struck. Command copter gets struck, which likely sacks that unit there. Does put some rounds there and takes the command copter there. Hits the missile there. He could seal this missile there if he wants to get some power charge going immediately, which would probably actually be a good idea. Seal the missile, get some damage done, pull it back to the forest. Waylon's reload himself up to this flare down south. Does seal the missile there, decides to take a shot with that missile. Medium tank getting hit. It's that medium tank there. Now he's trying to hit multiple missile sites. Those things have been around for quite some time, giving him Waylon a lot of value there. Battlecopter, mech, tank, and infantry. That seaplane will go down to the missile. Mech, tank, mech, battlecopter. Lots of good hits there. Does strike the missile there to get better repairs onto it. Now 25 energy with 2 artillery in its radius, not to mention potential mech shot. The mech will have to be on one of those artillery placements there. And it's turn of 160 versus 137. Good shot there. Getting more energy, up to 51 energy. He could try skipping on deployment to get more power charge going. Good chance he'd make it a super power deployment next turn. Bit risky though, because his missile is on top of HQ though, which is 4 defense stars, which is good. It has a lot of defense, but of course it's still a missile. Not exactly durable, most durable things. Saves with 30,000. Good strike there. Medium tank. Medium tank mech. Right there on the medium tank. And there's the power once again. Something went down there, something went down there from the artillery. Hits the rocket again. Trying to get the capture there. Seaplane, ambush spawn. Battlecopter, ambush spawn. Another battlecopter, ambush spawn. Battlecopter, ambush spawn. Another battlecopter, ambush spawn. He does spend all of his money on remaining battlecopters, so he's got a swarm of battlecopters. And he have only one missile up in the field to shoot them down. He's actually out of ATRs as well. He needs a Duster or ATRs, battlecopters, anything of the sort. He took a pretty sizable hit there, down to 96,000 on the field. Oh, there's an ATR there, of course, and does resign. As Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.